Hi, everybody. Old Dynamite here, the maniacal maestro of the microphone and the voice of AKA American Combat Alliance. Tonight, we are here in the beautiful Key to the South, Vicksburg, Mississippi, as we prepare for AKA 30. And standing next to me right now is one half of our big main event, vying for the AKA Amateur Lightweight Championship from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Here is Mr. Darence Brooks. Now, Darence, how are you feeling tonight? You're getting that opportunity at AKA Gold inside the cage tonight, the main event, the name on the marquee. Now, you're coached by a legend down here in the South, T. Webb, so I know you're ready. How are you feeling right now? Nerves? You got enough training in? How's your body feeling right now?
I'm feeling good. My body's feeling good. Got my coach with me. My family supporters are going to be here, too. Looking to put on a good show tonight and coming home, bringing that title with me.
Now, let me ask you something. You got a pretty established amateur record, 7 wins, 8 defeats. So you've been around, you've seen a lot of action. So you've had time to really hone your skill set inside the cage and inside your gym as well. Is there something special maybe you've been working on for this fight, a new hold, a new technique that you've really been drilling hard that you might try to incorporate here tonight?
That's definitely some new stuff we've been training. Looking forward to showing the people out here tonight about the new skill sets that we came in and developed. So, yeah, looking to put a good show on tonight.
Now, let's hit one more point before we get done here. You're kind of stepping into enemy territory. This is his hometown. He's an undefeated fighter. You know he's going to have the support of the crowd. How does that affect you mentally when you're inside that cage going to battle?
I'm prepared for everything. I knew what I was going into when I signed the contract. So, like I said, going in that ring, coming out the champion, going back Baton Rouge with the AKA lightweight title.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. No slow in his step, nose and lack of swagger for Mr. Darence Brooks. He is locked, cocked, and ready to rock for action here at American Combat Alliance 30, live from Vicksburg, Mississippi. And I've got standing next to me the hometown hero, everybody's favorite here in Vicksburg, Mississippi, the owner and head trainer at the Old Gym right here in Vicksburg. He is undefeated thus far in his amateur mixed martial arts career, 3 wins. Never has he tasted defeat, and tonight he gets his opportunity at AKA Gold right here in front of his friends and family in his hometown of Vicksburg, Mr. Juan Lee. So Juan, a lot of pressure, man. You know, you got your friends, your family, some of your students out here. How does that affect you mentally when you're going out to perform? So you got a lot riding on you, not just yourself.
Well, man, I personally feel like not letting yourself get too worked up mentally is a big part of, the fight game as well. So I try and just focus on the fight and my opponent, not think too much about all the extra stuff. So.
Well, you've got a pretty seasoned opponent coming in there. Darence is 7-8, so he's got 15 amateur fights on his record. You're undefeated. Nobody found the way to stop you yet, but 3 fights as opposed to 15. Does that bother you at all? You think you're on the level? You ready to go tonight?
I feel ready, man. I feel good. I've seen, some of his fights. I've seen how I fight. I know how I fight. I know some of the people who I train with, train, on the daily. I got Josh Weems over there and at Black Sails in Ridgeland, and I know if I can train and hang with those guys, I feel like I'm doing all right. So I feel ready. Yeah, the experience plays a factor, but it's just a thing. So
if you can hang with Josh Weems and those teams out there, you're doing pretty doggone good. So, man, you've got a great group of athletes with you here tonight. You're in the big main event representing. Anybody you want to give a shout-out to or thank some of your fans out there, let them know about the Old Gym here in Vicksburg, Mississippi.
Yeah, man. Anytime anybody's in Vicksburg, whether you're a fighter, an athlete, you want somewhere to drop by, definitely drop in and see us, check us out. Roll around with us, get some striking in, whatever it may be. Definitely a huge shout out to everybody who helped me during my fight camp, which is, all my team, at the Old Gym. Unfortunately, I've been real busy and haven't been able to make it to some of our other, affiliate gyms during this camp. But we put in a lot of work here at the Old Gym, so I got to give a big shout out to my crew there. My family, obviously, for motivating me to do everything, I do, to keep me moving forward. My friends, all my loved ones, everybody who shows support. So. And the community for showing a lot of support for this event and for us fighters.
All right, so he's got family on his heart and violence on his brain. In our big main event tonight, Juan Lee looks to keep that undefeated streak going and bring home that championship belt to the Old Gym right here in Vicksburg, Mississippi. That's our big main event, the AKA Amateur Lightweight Championship on the line here at AKA 30.
All right, gentlemen, we've been through the rules in the back. I expect a good, clean fight. Obey my commands at all times. Protect yourself at all times. Touch them up if you want.
Here we go. Main event of AKA 30, Juan Lee, Darence Brooks. Juan Lee 3-0 in mixed martial arts as an amateur, trying to move to 4-0 and claim the title. He did choke out Deshaun Holmes here the last time in Vicksburg.
And he's looking just as comfortable in there as he did all night in the corner. Moving around nicely, they both are.
This will probably be your most technical fight. It will be your most technical fight of the evening, undoubtedly.
And
Nice kick
Brooks
to the
is in
body.
the southpaw position. He loves to throw that back leg, and it's a tricky thing to fight a southpaw for most people, but Juan Lee looks like he is prepared for this. He is circling in the right direction. Whenever you're fighting, you want to circle to the outside leg, and so when it's the southpaw, you're circling towards their right. So
Juan Lee is the coach of the old gym, the owner of the old gym, the leader of the old gym, and here trying to take gold back to the old gym tonight. One minute gone. Both fighters kind of still in that feeling out stage a bit. Nice shots landed by Brooks.
which we see a lot more when we go up through the ranks, up through the experience levels. We don't see as much of the chaos as we've seen here tonight with some of our newer guys. Man, it seems like he just kind of pushed Juan Lee off of him.
Serious strength by Brooks, and he follows it up with a knee.
Both keeping their composure. I will say that they both have good kicks and good long legs. But it seems that, low blow.
Not the kind of good kicks you
Not
want to
the
see.
good kicks we want to see.
Nope.
But it seems that, I was going to say that it seems like Brooks had seen that. Maybe his coaches watched film. He watched film that Lee likes to throw that teep kick because he was catching it quite a bit.
Second time that he's caught the kick in the early going here.
I don't know what's going through Juan Lee's mind, but he's got to be thinking, not this again. But his opponent seems to be all right.
Well,
continue here.
Last time he was here, they went 3 rounds, and then he grabbed the neck of Deshaun Holmes and choked him out about halfway through round number 3. Nice overhand right, almost connected.
This is one of those fights I just feel like I'm on the edge of my seat because it's like they're just not landing so solid like they could, and then you just know that when they do, it's going to be bad. That was a good knee from Brooks.
Yeah, he's
just
doing
then.
such a good job getting in and getting back out, staying out of range.
Yeah, he's really making Lee kind of struggle finding his distance here.
Yeah, there's been multiple times that Lee has come up with nothing but air as he's thrown his combinations.
And Brooks has always had good movement. It just seems like he's really on point with it tonight as far as finding his range and staying out of range.
Juan Lee attacking that lead leg. Final 10 seconds.
And it's that knee that he's really finding a home for. Like I said, he landed a really devastating knee in his fight against Cody Ziegler, and it ended the fight. So he knows what works for him. If he can land that right, big and solid here tonight, it might just win him the fight. He does a good job of following it after a punch, so it's not something that his opponent sees and is able to brace as well for.
Yeah, landed a couple knees to the body. There was that one moment where he pushed Juan Lee away and then ran towards him and tried to land a knee. Almost made its way through the guard.
Here it goes, maybe.
Neither fighter was able to really generate anything with their hands, though, in that opening round. Both guys kind of still searching for their punches. You could see Brooks able to stay out of range for the majority of this round. Here's that push, and then he'll follow it up with a knee right here at the end. No, he was about to throw it.
We promised it was in there somewhere.
I promised it was at the end. I remember it.
Yeah, he definitely seems to be, his defense seems to be on par with what he knew his opponent would come out with tonight. Because you had to have known, hey, I think that Lee might try to take me down, might try to submit me. And so far, he hasn't let that happen. Looks like Lee has a little bit more fire under him right now.
Yeah, and starting to pick a different target, trying to land some shots to the body here in round number 2.
Nice right hand, but it didn't seem to faze Brooks too much.
Well, Brooks fires back a left of his own.
I think it has to be, oh, that was a good hook from Lee. I was just going to say what's got to be difficult for Lee is Brooks's head movement. He's thrown a lot of different feints, but this is right where Juan Lee wants his opponent. He wants to push him against the cage and work from here.
This is exactly where he finished his last fight, right there in that exact spot. They were in the clinch, finally got a hold to the neck and just kind of drug his opponent down, but this time Brooks able to stay out of any danger. For the first time in the fight, Juan Lee was able to connect on the feet.
A knee from Lee, but it got him off balance, and now Brooks looking to take advantage. He doesn't really land anything super clean. Big hooks, both of them kind of grazing.
You can tell Juan Lee would love to get this fight to the ground, but Brooks has done a great job of keeping himself out of bad spots.
I will say that I don't even know how I would score round 1. I do not envy the judges right now.
Agreed.
This has got to look good for Brooks. I don't know that any of them landed super clean. That's kind of been the story of this fight so far. No one's really landed something super, defining.
Yep. For what it's worth, I do have Brooks ahead in that first round, just a little bit. Final 20 seconds of round 2.
He is stalking Brooks down, just not able to find what he wants here. And that is end of round 2.
Back-to-back close rounds here. That one felt like it was probably Juan Lee's. He landed the big shot. There was a moment where Brooks, felt the power, I guess, and then Lee tried to get on him. So I've got it 1-1 right now from my side. I got Brooks in the first. I've got Juan Lee taking round number 2.
Well, either fighter has got to be, their corners have got to be thinking, it's definitely, we haven't convinced the judges like we need to. It could be 1-1 either way. Somebody's got to come out and make this a defining fight in their favor. I'm sure Lee's a little frustrated he's not able to secure the takedown like he has been able to in his past fights. But I'm sure that Brooks has got to be a little frustrated as well. He's just not quite landing solid like he has in the past.
All right, third round coming your way. These fans in Vicksburg have gotten a great part here tonight.
Good inside leg kick.
I've seen Brooks look for that knee multiple times. A little too far out of range for that one.
Yeah, he's just not quite setting it up like he was earlier. Nice right hand from Lee.
Yeah, Juan Carlos Lee's starting to find his range with the hands.
I'd like to see Brooks try to set up that kick a little better.
Interesting entry from Juan Lee, but he does land a big shot there in the middle.
He might be edging it out this round. It seems like Brooks is getting a little frustrated. His punches are getting wilder. And because of that, they're not landing because they're easier to evade. And here we have probably one of the biggest takedown attempts from Lee. Nice double leg. Got his opponent to the ground. It's going to be a matter of can he do something with it here.
Well, this is not where Darence Brooks wanted to be. Juan Carlos Lee has finished all 3 of his fights via submission. You don't want to be on the ground with the python.
And in a fight where you don't have anything big going on in the striking department, this can be a really defining moment. Definitely some big shots from Lee.
Some knees right there. Those don't feel good.
No, yeah, those knees to the leg are no joke.
Looking dead in the leg.
But Brooks is still making it tough on him. He is not giving up here. Working back up to his feet. He's got to look for an underhook. He's got one. It's got to get a little bit deeper, but he doesn't get it in time, and Lee is taking him down with a single leg.
Another takedown for Juan Lee here in this 3rd round. Amateur lightweight title on the line between these two. Lee starting to add up some damage.
Yeah, he's got 30 seconds to do some damage here or look for a submission. But if nothing else happens in this round from Brooks, then this round definitely goes to Lee. And if either group of judges has given him any of the other rounds, this could be what wins it for him.
This has certainly been the most dominant round for either opponent. The final minute and a half of this has been owned by Juan Lee. Darence Brooks doing everything he can to get back to his feet, but a little too late.
Lee has stayed on him, and I said that somebody's got to do something to make the fight definite in their favor, and I think that Juan Lee definitely did that in round 3.
I would agree with you completely, Victoria. If it was 1-1 going into that final round, then Juan Lee did enough to bring home the gold, but it's not what we think. It's about those judges' cards, and they are tallying them up now. And Dynamite will have your result in just a moment. Victoria will have the interview after the results are announced. Amateur lightweight championship between Juan Lee, Darence Brooks, aka 30, will crown its champion in just a moment. So, a huge night for the fans in Vicksburg. They were treated to a show here, and they showed up and showed out a really great time. Of course, the one and only Dynamite David Hardy showing out as he always does, and he is looking to grab the card from the judges now. There's a look at the gold that will be wrapped around someone's waist in just a moment. Will it be the hometown hero, Juan Lee, the owner, the leader of the gym, or Darence Brooks? Did Brooks come into enemy territory and get it done? A close fight, especially early on. The only definitive round, at least in my book, was that 3rd for Lee. The first 2 were very close. Both fighters coming to the center. Dynamite will take it over. Who's going to be your new champion?
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of hooking and jabbing, scooping and slamming, hanging and banging, we are going to the judges' scorecard. Ladies and gentlemen, judge number 1 has scored this bout 29-28 for Lee. Judge number 2 scores this bout 29-29. Your 3rd and final judge has scored this bout 29-28 in favor of your winner by majority decision. Fighting in the red corner, Juan Lee!
Juan Lee, what an incredible night it's been for you. I can't stand here and fail to point out that we didn't miss you in this cage, not one fight. You were there cornering every fighter. You were there in their faces, coaching them, and then you got in here and put on an excellent performance in front of your hometown. You fought it. You've got to feel great. How do you feel right now?
I feel good. I still got a pulse, so.
Well, it was definitely a tough couple of rounds. You seem to be a little bit frustrated, weren't able to get to the takedown. Neither one of you were landing super convincing shots. What were you thinking going into round 3?
So, you know, he was really good at, you know, moving his head, being evasive and hard to hit clean on. So, you know, I was just trying to get in and land some shots and start to implement some of my grappling. So, in the 3rd round, we made it happen. First 2, I was thinking I'm gonna feel him out. I should be able to outstrike him. You know, I felt confident in myself, but I feel like kind of evenly matched there, and he was hard to hit. So, grappling was where it went.
Well, how do you feel? How soon would you like to get in here and defend this belt?
I mean, whoever wants it, come and try and take it from me.
You heard the man. And one thing real quick, I know you got a fantastic team. I know you got a lot of support. Who would you like to thank here tonight?
Oh man, I gotta thank everybody, each and every one of y'all from Vicksburg coming out to support us home people. You know, everybody came out, almost all fighters, almost every single person who fought tonight, you know, half of the card was from Vicksburg or Tallulah, so I appreciate y'all coming out to show love and show support for us. We're kind of just getting the ball rolling as far as MMA goes in Vicksburg, but, you know, we keep on doing the thing, and these guys keep on putting in the work and putting themselves out there, and we may have something beautiful in the works, so.
All right, well, you enjoy your victory tonight. Vicksburg, give it up one more time for your champ, Juan Lee.